Scene A, take 4, Mark.
Okay, and action.
Does it hurt? Dying.
Quicker than falling asleep. You're nearly there, son.
Harry Potter.
I'm sorry. I never wanted any of you to die for me.
You okay, Freddy?
You'll stay with me.
Until the end.
The Dark Lord will return. When he does, the boy will be in terrible danger. He has her eyes.
Did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared? You're a wizard, Harry.
Harry, you wonderful boy. You brave, brave man. Harry Potter. The boy who lived. Come to die.
I can speak to snakes. They find me. Whisper things. Is that normal for someone like me?
Harry Potter!
These are dark times. There is no denying. Our world has perhaps faced no greater threat than it does today.
Ron Weasley. I'm Harry Potter.
I'm Hermione Granger.
Ron Malfoy. Draco Malfoy.
Better be Gryffindor! Give me the stone!
The Chamber of Secrets has indeed been opened. We have a killer on the loose.
Sirius Black, you mean?
Expecto Patronum!
The Tri-Wizard Tournament.
This is my boy!
He's back! Voldemort's back!
We've got to be able to defend ourselves.
I'm the half-blood prince.
The longer we stay here, the stronger he gets. Come on, Tom. Let's finish this the way we started it. No! Together!
Well, hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see everything okay. Good to see all of you in here. We have Beantown Reviews, we have Tish Porter, we have Shannon G, Spinolio, Sin's Fun Factory, that sounds scary, Dawn Cloninger, Tony Westenra, Tara Leitner is here, Dave F is here, BC Eagle Deb is here. Hello, BC Eagle Deb. And Woohoo from Texas Harris is here, ready for that party to get started. All sorts of good stuff going on. Andy Chiz is here. Hello, Andy Chiz. Good to see you. And Michael Callahan is here. Good job. Your surname is not Cart, as it will be Orson Cart. or Buggy. Orson Buggy. Very good. Adam Smith is here. All good, loud and clear. Very, very good. Since Fun Factor says hi, I'm scaring away. David Geode is here. I think I said Adam Smith is here as well. Make sure you all, if you would, like the stream. Auni is right now putting Orson down to bed, so she is going to join us in a few minutes when she can. Pubwork01 is here from Buffalo. Good evening from Buffalo. I'm glad that you were able to join us. And Florian W. Barbarino, good morning from Germany. Amazing. Well, hello all the way in Germany. That is wonderful news. Just got some coffee here. Just got home. We were at a dinner and had a dinner with a group of pastors. We were celebrating a pastor who just retired, who had been serving that same church for 36 and a half years. Insane. So we kept Orson up well past his bedtime, but he was starting to get pretty fussy, so we got him home. Auni's getting him down to bed, and we'll get this party started. Kelly Hedgem. Kelly H is here from the Chicago suburbs. Yeah, we got people from Germany. We got people from Buffalo. We got people from Chicago. Woohoo from Texas, but in Kentucky. Tara says, can't believe our boys will be 18 months in a few days. I know. Orson is growing like a weed. It's absolutely crazy. But, yeah, he's doing well. He's growing well. He's starting to use his words more often. He's growing quite the vocabulary, so that's nice. From Louisiana, says Tara. Spinolia from SoCal. Spinolia, your claw machine, your Halloween claw machine was just amazing. The marquee that you did for that, you should go into a business just designing marquees, I think, for claw machines. Comic-Con like next week. See, it's amazing. That's so cool. I can imagine you doing like a really cool Christmas one too. Just gonna throw that out there. Michelle is in the UK, or I'm sorry. I think I said Michelle earlier too. Apologies. Michael Callahan in the UK. I'm sorry if I accidentally said Michelle. I was just reading it too fast. Michael Callahan in the UK. North Dakota from Shannon G. Teresa Thrush says, hello, wanted to thank you for sharing your family life with me. See Orson grow up is such a blessing. Well, thank you, Teresa, for watching. Best wishes to the Arcade Couple family. Please pray for the repose of the soul of my Aunt Missy and the health of my Aunt Denise and neighbor Jack. Yeah, BC Gildeb, I was actually going to send you an email asking for an update about those, those health situations there. So certainly sorry for your loss, well, losses in that case. And yeah, that is unfortunate. But good news is we, as Paul tells us, we do not sorrow like those who have no hope, because we have hope. If we have Christ, we have hope. And so we look forward to what is coming next. And that lets us grieve differently. It doesn't mean we don't grieve, but we can grieve differently because of the hope that we have. So thank you, BC Eagle Deb. Glad that you are here. Spinolio says that was all Mrs. S for that. That's good. Well, hey, user, right? If you have to get in there some way to use, buying all these claw machines and all these arcade games, say, hey, you design it, and I'll keep buying them. Santa Claus, that's classic from Worcester County, Massachusetts. I don't know how, BCLW, you have to phonetically spell that out for me. Worcester? I'm not sure how I would say that. Garrett Smith says, I want to know what the Fishbowl game has against Orson. That's what I want to know. This is the video that we put out today, he also got rigged. And then the last time he played, he got rigged. Chris is here. He says, what's up, Ben? Hope everyone is doing good. We are doing very, very well. Tara had her MRI. I'm glad you had that. Worcester. That's like, there's a place in Ohio called Worcester. I think it's spelled like Wooster. But it's Worcester, not Worcester. It's like Worcester, Ohio. I don't know. Dave F says, please stop recording in that private property house. Sorry. Our apologies. We weren't sure. That was crazy though, Dave. I couldn't believe it. There were 3 guys setting up like a little stage. I think they're getting ready for Santa, like they're going to have people take pictures with Santa. And we had just left out from Timeout Arcade, and we were going to film that new, the video. We're like, oh, we'll do like a vlog, kind of go around the mall and see what once was. And we had not even started filming, or just had started filming. Hadn't really walked around, and we were parked ourselves in front of that yogurt place. And the guy came right over, and you heard it in the video, but we were so confused. I'm like, maybe it's technically, is that mall private property? Possibly, but they have cameras everywhere recording us. I just think they didn't want us to record because the mall is just dead, and they felt like, oh, this is bad publicity. But come on, everyone in Syracuse knows that the Great Northern Mall is dead. Everyone in Clay, everyone in that area, they all know that mall is dead. And he wasn't a security guard. Everyone in the comments was like, oh, this is a security guard saying this. Wasn't a security guard. he was just like a maintenance guy setting up this stage. So I don't know what he gave him the right. Maybe he was like a part owner or something, or he works for the guy, you know, the owner or something, his relationship with him. I don't know, but the whole thing was weird. So.
Talking about the stupid.
Well, Dave F tells us to stop recording in our private property house.
And see, he went down all by himself as far as like into the crib, so he didn't want to fall asleep in my arms.
Well, we'll see if he sleeps.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah, Dave says he's shocked the arcade there is still open. I am too. And the conversation that we just had with the manager of that arcade there last time was basically like, he said, "I'm just glad that we're open." I guess they have a lease where they were supposed to be there for a few more years, but once that movie theater closed, he was just worried that they'd have to close down because no one goes to that mall anymore. But it was pretty busy the day that we went. There was a good in and out, people coming in and out there. So that was good. But a wild Auni appears. Yes, Auni is here. Have you ever listened to Adam Sandler's old tape, specifically Toll Booth Willie Skip? Welcome to Worcester. 125, please.
Oh, if I need a snack, I'll go down and get it. No, that's in 15 minutes. Oh, I gotta be back.
And you're gonna get yourself a snack?
No, I gotta get my, you know what?
Auni's gonna get herself a snack.
No, my birth control.
Auni's gonna get herself a snack.
Where's the fish?
Don't know.
Oh, sweetheart, he's decomposing in the water.
That's what happens to fish.
No, he looks, poor fish.
Well, he's dead.
Why is it locked?
Why'd you lock it?
I didn't lock it.
Just open the door.
Huh?
Just open the door.
I mean, this part was locked. And I didn't lock it.
Weird things. Anyway, Audi will be back. She has to go, I think she has to go to the bathroom, and then she's got to get some snacks. Hassan Terrell is here. Hello, Hassan Terrell. I missed a whole bunch of comments here. Apologize. Sorry about that. Also, I don't know if Moose is going to join us, but just a big everyone, if you see Moose or you see him on Twitter, if he comes in here, we just got to give Moose lots of love. He's dealing with the loss of his wife, and I don't know if it was expected or if it was an unexpected. It seemed to me kind of unexpected, but I don't know the whole situation of what went on. But Moose is struggling with that, so if he comes in, we'll love on him a little bit. Nominat's here. Hello, Auni and Ben. How are you two? We are doing well. Jacqueline Abataccio. I don't know if that's how you say that, but hello, Jacqueline. Cape Cod is beautiful. Dave says he remembers going to that time out when he was like 6, but also remember Penn Can Mall too. So yeah, I don't know that one. Not familiar enough with that one. Is it chilly in here? You want the fireplace up a little higher?
Just for right now. As soon as you feel like it's too warm, you can turn it down.
Well, I don't think I have the remote on me, so you can just go over there and click it up.
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll get the blankie. I just want to snuggle.
Well, if you're up, you might as well hit the fireplace up a little more.
Are you cold?
No, but it'll be warmer for you more quickly.
But I'm just afraid I'm going to start sweating, so I'll just take the blanket.
Okay, all right, if you say so.
Because I went from our house to our very warm baby to
cold.
Outside to here, so.
There you go. That's right, Deb. You got it. All right. Well, it's great to have all of you in here again. If you're in here right now, like the stream if you could. Prophet of Claus is here. Says, I know this isn't cards, but I just found this cleaning house. A sealed GBA SP, GBA Game Shark. Oh, a Game Boy Advance? Not a single sale in the past year for a sealed one. That is very, very
dangerous husband
rare
territory.
I don't know. I'm not getting myself in any more trouble, Spinoil. Last time I did a live stream, I barely made it out alive.
Wait, why is he getting himself into dangerous husband territory?
Probably because I said, well, since you're up, you might as well do it. But I just figured. I was really looking out for your interests here of your warmth and your cold. Woohoo from Texas says, sounds like me under a sleeping bag in the front seat of a van watching y'all. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Very cool. All right, well, this is what we're going to do. I don't want to, like, I want to keep things moving because we're just looking at the grades of the cards. But at the same time, I don't want to go through it too quickly because...
You also do because you gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I have to wake up early. But I don't want to go too quickly because I do want to kind of relish in... I mean, this has been a year in what? August, September, October, November. A year and 3 months waiting for this. Yes, everyone, I get it. Spinolio, BC Eagle Deb. I got you.
I'm a very happy wife. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I just prefer if you would do the dishes without me telling you to do the dishes, or without me going,
Wow.
I'm drowning in dishes. That's all.
So last week I did the dishes for Annie. She didn't even ask me to. I just said, I told her to go to bed. I was going to do dishes.
No, because I said, but I still have to do the dishes.
And then I said I would do them. And then 2 days ago.
No, I did them.
You did them, but I told you. I texted
them.
you. I said, you just go to bed, leave them. I'll do them when I get home because I was at work.
But
and
without
she
me
didn't want
even
to.
having to go, I still have dishes to do. You could just like do dishes.
I can't win. I literally cannot win.
Yeah, you can.
I did the dishes out of the kindness of my heart.
Yes, and I was very appreciative of that.
And I was not asked to do the dishes.
No, but I was sad. I just don't want them to get to the way that they get. For me to have to be like, ugh, I gotta do the dishes, and then you swoop in like a hero, but then I feel bad and then I just do the dishes.
Spinoza says, Ben, you already won. Now you need to earn it every day. Shannon G says, danger, and then the yield sign. Maggie C says, happy Friday. And Dave says, you haven't developed selective hearing yet? Guess not. Oh, D-A-N-G-E-R, danger. Michael Callahan says, would you take $2,000 for the cards right now? No, I would not, because I am hoping that one of the cards in this box is
did
worth...
we lose somebody?
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
Is worth like $3,000. Who asked? Infinite Moi asked, have I looked at values yet? Could we all guess? I haven't. And the only one I looked up was a Harry Potter foil, like the Harry Potter character card foil, which we have one in here. The PSA 10 just sold like November 3rd for $3,700 on eBay. But at that time, there was only 4 of them. I don't know if the one that I have is a 10. I haven't looked up any of the grades. I haven't looked at anything online, so I have no idea. If it is, I would hope that it could fetch just as much money if I sold it. A PSA 9, I think it drops down to like $400 to $500. A PSA 8 drops down to like $60. So there's a huge difference between 9s and 10s. There's very few PSA 10s of these cards. So any of these cards that graded PSA 10 will be some of the only ones of their kind. And it's hard, Infinite Moi, to find a price on them because there's so few of them graded. So for some of these, if I was like, hey, I'm going to sell it, I might have the only one of that card, if it's a 10 or a 9 or 8 or whatever. So we'll guess the grades, though, together, and we'll see how it goes. Dave F. says, are you going to be keeping for your collection or attempting to flip? Honestly, I'm probably going to sell them. I had no idea that these were going to increase in value so much. I have a complete other ungraded set of these cards in a binder that I've decided to keep for myself, and I don't necessarily need like these ones. And if I can get, let's say it is a PSA 10, if I can get $3,000 or $2,500 even for that piece of cardboard,
a piece of paper,
I would sell it. So we will see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. So the setup's a little bit different here. I don't have the kind of top-down angle. We're going to be looking straight down. I found that to be a little bit easier to kind of look here. I haven't looked up population reports either because I looked them up in the past and I felt like I knew that some of these were the only ones that were in existence. So I felt like I would maybe in the back of my mind think, oh, that's my card. That's a 10 or a 9 or whatever if I saw it on the PSA's list. But after we're done going through all of them, we'll look up the population reports and we'll see if this is the only one that exists or if there are other ones. So we'll work our way through these cards. There are 18 Harry Potter cards, and there are 2 Pokemon Tops cards that are in this box. So we will do this. Mrs. S says, "Oh, thank you for the compliment on her work on the claw, by the way." Well, that's some good work, Mrs. S. You have some very, very good. I always tell Mrs. S. affirm for me for doing what I should be doing all along. Knobles. So, without further ado, we're going to switch the camera over for you. Should be exciting time. Here is the box. I ripped my address off. I did open the box this morning. I didn't look at the grades. What I did was I put a piece of tape over the grades so we can take these out of the box and we don't have to worry about seeing the grade, and we can all kind of guess and look at them together. I think we'll start with the Pokemon cards that are in here, and then we'll go from there. So here we go, everybody. These cards have been out of our hands for a year and 3 months, which is crazy to think about. Let me see. All right, that's that side. I think we want to go up here first. Let's do this. All right, my tape is still on there, so that's good. There's the stack of them. I'll set that on that shelf for me. Thank you. All right, so what we're gonna do, look at that, it's like translucent. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. All right. We'll show a card. We'll let you guys take a guess what you think it's going to be, and we'll go from there. 20 cards in total, and we're starting here with this Charizard Topps card, 1999. Topps Pokemon TV Charizard card. I remember these 2 Charizard cards that were this Topps Pokemon. I remember sending in, and they're not really the best condition. But I just thought, oh, I have them, and I needed 2 more cards to kind of like go in with the stuff, so I figured I would do that. So just taking a look here at this one. I don't know how well we'll be able to kind of like focus in here and see.
What happened to your usual setup?
Well, I decided to go this because it's easier to kind of like see the cards or whatever, so that's not too bad. Corners on it I thought they looked pretty okay. Here, maybe if I zoom in, there we go. Yeah, I thought the corners on this looked pretty good, so that's not too shabby. I don't know. It looks better than what I remember sending it off as. I'm just going to say that much.
There's a little misprint up there, I think.
On the top? Yeah. So I'm going to predict in...
7.
You're going to say 7. I'm going to predict an 8. I'll be optimistic and predict an 8. Everyone put your guesses in. I'm going to say an 8. Auni says a 7. Put your guesses in, everybody. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Maybe if you can get that tape off because you used that tape instead of...
Oh, man. That's okay. There we go. Oh, you were right. A 7. Oh, Auni had it. That's a PSA 7.
Been watching
near
enough
mint.
His face to know.
Leonhardt. I'm gonna have to get one of my little cleaning things off there. Anyways, that'll come off. But a PSA 7 on the Charizard. Yeah, the corners are definitely they're a little soft there, but that's not too bad for a card that was sitting around for a while. A little loose in the case there, PSA. I'll take that. PSA 7. There you go. Yep, Auni's 1-0. All right, up next we have this Charizard 1999 Topps Pokemon. This was from a different set. I think this was like the Series 2 set that they came out with. And so this was a different insert. Yeah, I have blue painter's tape, but I just didn't have it downstairs with me when I was doing this. So here, I think this one's probably a little bit worse condition. Like just looking up here at the top, you can see maybe you can't, but yeah, you can see there's some decent whitening on that side there. Other than that, the corners are relatively sharp, not too terrible. I'm going to take Auni's guess, and I'm going to go ahead and say a 7. What do you think?
Well, if that was a 7, I think that's a 5.
You think this is a 5? All right, Auni's thinking that this is a 5, so we're about to find out. I'm going to go from the back. Maybe that'll help preserve the tape on the front a little bit. She says a 5. I'm saying a 7, and it's an 8.
No
Wow.
way.
I guess they must have thought this was sharper. So that's near mint to mint. That is an 8. Not too bad for a card from 1999. Wow. There you have it. A 7 and an 8. 2 graded Chazads. Those were ones I just kind of threw in for fun. Yeah, those were ones I just kind of threw in for fun. Like I said, I really didn't have too much of a care, I guess. I just kind of needed to get 2 more into the thing to meet a threshold for a lower price. So that worked out well. There we go. That wiped right up. So 7 and an 8, we will take it. So now from here on out, the rest of these cards are going to be Harry Potter cards. I think I kind of reordered them so the ones that are worth more of the value are on the bottom. I think the unicorn is actually going to be the last card that we look at. Here we go. If you watch the openings of these, you would have seen us open up all these cards, I think, for the most part. Most of them we've opened up on camera.
Oh, Tony's in here.
Tony is here. Yep, we just started, Tony. We got a PSA 8 on this Topps Charizard and a PSA 7 on that Charizard there. So not too shabby to start. This is Troll in the Bathroom. Nice little foil right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back. So the centering on these cards for the most part was really, really good. The only thing that I could see is that some of these had a little, just a speck of whitening in the corners on some of them. Now, for instance, you really can't tell, but there's a tiny, tiny speck of whitening down here on the bottom left. And a lot of these cards seem to have some little speck. If this comes as a 10, I think we're looking pretty good for a lot of 10s. If it comes as a 9, then I would imagine the majority of these cards will be 9. So centering on this one's a little bit off top to bottom, it seems. This top is seems to me to be a little bit off. Auni's falling asleep. What's your guess?
8.
An 8. I'm not doing anything lower than an 8. I'm going to go ahead and be optimistic and say a 10. I'm going to guess a 10. I don't think they do 0.5s on these ones. Points. I think it's just whole numbers. I could be wrong, but I think we're just looking at whole numbers here. Here we go. I'm guessing a 10. I'm going to be optimistic and hope for the best. Could it be? If it is a 10, it might be the only one in existence. Here we go. Oh, it's a 9. Oh, no. I mean, that's good. But like I said, this might set the tone for what we can expect for the rest of these cards. Maybe a whole bunch of 9s, not too many 10s. But there you go. That's a 9. This is probably very low population. There's probably not many of these in existence, but we will take it. I will take the 9. Next up, we have Nearly Headless Nick. I like how these look in the case. I feel like it really makes that rainbowy stuff easier to see. Ooh. Centering is a little bit off here. Left to right. Right's a little bit thicker than the left. Top's a little bit thicker than the bottom. So I think that's going to be off a little bit with those ones. The back, a little tiny speck of whitening on the bottom left. I'm going to go ahead and guess myself a 9. Auni, what would you like to guess on this one?
8.
An 8. Okay. All right, put your guesses in, folks. What's Nearly Headless Nick going to come back as? Kelly says an 8. Andy says an 8. Prophet of Claus says a 10. Infinite Moi says an 8. Shannon G says an 8. Don't Feed the Zombie says an 8. BC Gildeb says a 9. I'm saying a 9. Woohoo from Texas says 9. Here we go, everybody. Got a couple more 9s. Got another 8 coming in there. All right. Tyler Zimmerman says 8. Oh, an 8. Man, they are tough. That's some tough grading right there. The person who graded these must have been in a bad mood. Because let me tell you, that's a good-looking card.
It took a year and a half just to grade it 8.
It took a year and a half just to give me an 8. Man. Well, still, I'll be pleased with that. All right, so we have 1 8, 1 9 in our Harry Potter ones, and we have those other Pokemon ones there. All right, we have our Obliviate spell card. You're 3-0 apparently here.
Am I?
I guess so. That's what
I thought
Mikey
I was
C
on,
says.
like, 2.
Or you missed the troll one. I think you said 8
And
on
I
this
missed
one.
the other Charizard,
Oh, that's true. You did.
so I only have 2.
They don't give a report, Spinolio. It's just there's no, it's not like where you have subgrades. So that's one of the unfortunate things. You just kind of go on the whim of what they say. Centering on this one's a little bit off again. Left's a little bit thicker than the right-hand side. Still not too terrible. The back, there's definitely a speck of whitening there on the bottom left. 7. I'm going to go ahead and guess an 8 based on the other one. I wouldn't be surprised if it got a 9. I would be very surprised, though, if it came back as anything less than an 8. But I'm going to guess an 8 based on the other one. Here we go. Make your guesses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going 8 and... Oh, a 9! Okay. See, that doesn't make sense to me because this one I feel like has the same centering and this has less lightning
maybe you
than
should
this
just
one.
not show the centering and the siding and this is the whitening and just because obviously it doesn't matter.
This is me wanting to relish in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to relish in it.
Okay.
This is me. This is how I'm relishing.
If
9.
you wanted relish, I could have just bought you some. Not good enough for the month's joke.
Very good.
Okay.
2 9s and 1 8. All right, we have Gringotts Cart Ride. That Obliviate card, by the way, not many of those graded from what I know. We will look at the population report after the fact. Yeah, again, centering's a little bit off, I think, on this one. Card itself looks decent. Yeah, it's a journey, Annie, not a destination.
Oh,
Really not any whitening on the back there. That looks in good condition. Here's your fun fact. This is one of the only Harry Potter products that has the scar going in this direction, which was apparently
a misprint?
it was apparently the intent,
Oh.
I think, originally of J.K. Rowling, and then she...
What did I see the other day?
I'm guessing...
That didn't make sense. And
a 9.
I'll give it an 8.
An 8. I'm saying a 9. 9. 9. A 9. There it is. Gringotts Cart Ride with a 9. Man, if we get any 10s...
It'll be a miracle.
It will be. I feel like they are grading very difficult here. But we'll take another 9.
Although 9s are not bad, right?
No, but like I said, the difference in value between a 9 and a 10 is...
Yeah.
For the Harry Potter one,
not
thousands.
everybody can be $1,000.
No, but we're hoping Harry comes back as a 10. But based on these grades, I'm thinking he'll just be a 9.
Rizzo likes relish.
Rizzo likes relish.
I don't like relish. I just think it's
Hannah
unnecessary.
Abbott. Centering on this one is a little bit better. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I think the corner's bent.
Bent?
Yeah.
There's no bent corners here. I wouldn't have sent in if it was bent. This looks good. I'm going to be optimistic. I see no whitening on the corners.
I'll give it an 8.
I see the centering I think is really, really well done. I'm going to go ahead and say that Hannah Abbott is going to be our first PSA 10, which will be funny because we pulled so many of this particular card. Making my guess, Annie, you said an 8.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a 10. Our first 10. Let's do it. Hannah Abbott.
I'm telling you, it means nothing. The centering, the siding, the whatevering.
What?
So just peel off the tape and enjoy it.
No, I'm relishing in it. I want the suspense. That boggles my mind. This card, which has clear
Maybe they just
imperfections.
don't know how to grade it as well as a Pokemon card.
It's not scratched. This is not scratched at all. These cards were pack fresh. As soon as they were pulled, put right into a top loader. There are 0 scratches.
The whatevering exactly they want to limit to 10s.
QR codes, you can scan it, and I think it will like show you your card on PSA, like the report for it. So that way, it's like a, so no one can steal it, like their way of guaranteeing the grade sort of thing. Man.
Pack fresh means nothing.
No, it does. It's not like these cards have been sitting around for a while.
That's what this person said.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, though. It's not like these cards have been sitting around for a
That much tall foil makes the surface very hard to get good grades on.
Well, there is a report, Spinello, but it's not it doesn't tell you why they graded something a certain way. It doesn't give you that detailed information. There you go, Ted. Ted says these cards were graded by Malfoy. That's the only excuse. One of the other things I'm wondering is if they don't understand how the card, like the rounded edges of the cards are, because some of them do look like a little bit, not like they're cut, but like squared. But that's kind of like the design of the card on most of these. So this one has some whitening up in the top 2 corners, and centering's pretty good here for this Dragon's Escape card. I'm going to go ahead.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I'm going to say an 8, and Auni will probably be right because that just seems to be the way things are happening right now. I'm going to say an 8, though, because based on these other ones, that's my best guess. If this comes back at 10, I'm going to riot. All right.
Let's start a riot. Start a riot.
Everyone's putting their guesses in. We have a lot of 8s here. Andy says a 9. Mikey C says a 10.
I am boycotting. It's rigged.
All right, we'll see. I'm guessing 8. Auni guesses 9 and an 8. There you go. That is an 8. Mikey C says good song.
I mean, it's a good band.
All right, Invisibility Cloak. This is one of my favorite cards from the set. Most of these are from the Series 1 set. There's actually only 2 cards I don't have graded from that first set because I did not get them before I sent these off the PSA. Centering on this one seems maybe a little bit off. It's a little heavy on the bottom and a little thinner on the top there. Hello, Christy. Good to see you. Back, there's a little whitening on the bottom right there. Again, almost impossible to see this unless we get really up close. And now it's just my finger. There you go. You can see that little white speck on the bottom right. I'm going to guess an 8.
Sure.
Auni also says an 8. Put those guesses in. We have a lot of 8s. See, some people started with high grades. Now all the grades are getting lower. We have a lot of 8s. Dave F saying a 9.
Well,
Mikey C says a 7.
Then again, we thought something was low and it was high. So
that's true. This one was very surprising to me. All right, here we go, everyone. An 8. Yep, there it is. Another 8. Man, very surprised, honestly, that so many of these are coming back 8s. I thought for sure we were going to have a ton of 9s and a couple of 10s in there. So a little disappointing, but that is okay. Maybe we'll be surprised with some of the ones towards the end. Professor Phileas Flitwick.
He was going for a little bit when we sent him out.
Centering's off a little bit. The right's a little heavier than the left.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Auni's giving it an 8.
I'm already giving it an 8.
That's some pretty good spec there on the top right. Yeah, it's very interesting, Kelly, that these, I try and think how I knew that these existed, like what I was watching, or I think I was just typing in like Harry Potter TCG, and I found so many different types of Harry Potter cards. They had the art box cards with the autos and that kind of stuff. And then I stumbled across this from Wizards of the Coast, and I thought, wow, that's incredible. 8. You said an 8? Mm-hmm. It's an 8. Professor Phileas Flitwick coming back as an 8.
Oh dear. We have more 8s now than you have 9s.
Yep, we only have 3 9s and we have a whole stack of 8s. So no 10s have appeared yet. All right, Dean Thomas. Again, centering's off here. It's a little heavier on the right, a little thinner there on the left-hand side. The back, actually really nice rounded corners. No
8.
No whitening that I see, and the corners are quite round. The biggest ding on this would be the centering, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a 9. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna wish for the best, hope for the best here. I'm going with a 9.
Does Dave F just keep on giving you a 10? Oh no, he gave.
No, he had a 9 up there. He's just, he's probably going with the randomness of the person grading, which is probably very true. I'm going to say a 9. Auni says an 8. Put your guesses in below. And 8. Oh boy. Rough.
It's these foil ones that they don't like.
I don't know why. Just to be honest with you, I don't know how this is an 8. It just does not seem...
I almost feel like you got...
It just doesn't seem like an 8 to me.
You got, without saying the other word,
I got a grader who had a bad day, which
not just that, but like because it took forever, and I think they're just tired of.
Like, let's just get through this. Well, that's why I thought maybe they would just give a whole bunch of 9s and 10s. Like, yeah, that looks close enough. 9. Oh, that's pretty good. 10.
Don't just give out 9s and 10s.
All right, Professor Quirinius Quirrell. This is actually from a different set. This is
I'm already saying a 6.
A 6. That's really low.
Yeah. Well, there's a spot on it.
Here?
Yeah.
That's not my spot. That's inside the case. I'm going to say an 8 without even looking at the back. Centering's definitely off. This one is not from the base set, the first set. This is from the second one, which I think was... I think this is from the Diagon Alley set. Again, not many of these graded at all. There might only be, I don't know, a half a dozen of these ones. We will see. -4, says Dave. I'm going to say an 8, being optimistic. You said a 6? Yeah. That's very, very low. An 8. Another 8 from Professor Quirinius.
So can we just assume
Quirrell. Everything's going to be an 8?
That all these foil ones here are going to be 8. So maybe that'll probably be a 9.
So Auni thinks, let's see, is that true so far? That is true so far. That's interesting. Auni's onto something. Check this out.
No, because what's his face said
the
here.
3, I know, but the three 9s that we have are these style ones. They're foil, but they're not the hollow foil ones.
Andy Chiz said that the foil ones, these ones are harder to...
Invisibility Cloak, though, that got pretty low grade. But the rest of them, and then so did Dragon's Escape. But I think the other ones are all, they're all the
maybe your Harry
foil.
is not going to get...
I'm not thinking Harry's going to get 10. If it does, that'd be a very pleasant surprise. At the best, we're probably hoping for a 9, but probably it's going to be an 8, which is like $70, $60. Riding the Centaur, I'm going to go ahead and guess
9.
A 9, yeah.
See, you're not even... You're like, let's just...
Oh, it does say... You're right. It does say Diagon Alley on the label. I wasn't even reading that. I was just trying to remember. It's like, I know what these cards are. It's been so long. All right. Here we go. I'm guessing a 9. It says crunch on the box. All right. 9. I waited a year and 3 months for this. All right. Give me 110 and just make it Harry. Human Chess Game. This is actually one of my favorite cards from this base set here.
You said that about the Invisibility Cloak.
It's also one of my favorite cards. What can I say? White spot here on the bottom right.
9.
Centering's off left to right. I'm going to actually downgrade this one and says this is an 8. Auni says a 9. Infinite Wand, not much has happened. Just a whole bunch of 8s and a couple 9s. I'm going to guess an 8. You said a 9. Here we go. That's a 9. Congratulations, Auni. Right again.
It's because of this light that I look so pale. The lights are too high.
All right. Now we're coming down to the final one. How many we got left?
Hey, at least
here?
you didn't see the back of his throat spindle, Leo.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 more cards. We're getting into some of the ones that should be worth more in value the higher the grade. So if we ever needed a miracle, and we ever needed, if we ever needed some high grades, now would be the time.
I need a hero. See, I'm fine, guys. I'm just tired.
Draco Malfoy.
Oh, well, that's going to get a 10.
No.
Yes.
Pausing, but this one goes to 11. Spinelli says I'm not counting my uvula chickens just yet. Yes, Tyler. At least, when I sent these off, I think it was $10 a card. I think total, this whole order cost me $200 or whatever, which now it was like sending one card was like $200. So I'm thankful I got these in when I did, but still. Draco Malfoy.
10.
There's no way.
10.
It's going to be an 8.
10.
It's going to be an 8.
You got a Slytherin. Who was grading your cards.
You think so?
I think
you think
so.
that's what this has all been about?
This is all it's about.
So between this and then Severus coming up next will be a 10? I hope so, because that one would be worth a good amount. I'm saying an 8. Goodbye, Jeffrey Giordano.
My bones are saying a 10.
Ani says it's an 8.
Okay. So it's just these ones. They really just did not like those
cards.
cards.
Not a single one of these has come back even a 9. And I honestly could not tell you why.
Okay, on to the next one.
A year and a half, please.
Yeah, but you're disappointed, and you're going to continue to be... Well, Severus Snape will be an 8 then.
See, let me at least point this out here. This is what I'm thinking. And I know this is going to be hard to see. But if you look at this top corner here, and you can see a little bit how it's kind of has like a little bit of like a squared edge to it. Like it's not a rounded edge, but it's kind of like a squared edge. And there's the same thing over here, where it's a little bit of like a squared edge. And then here on the bottom, you have rounded edges.
No, those are squared off too.
No, those, look on the bottom. Those bottom ones are definitely round. And then compared to the top,
You think that's why they're...
those are definitely squared. But that's how most of these cards are. It's not like, I don't think it's like it's a defect or anything. The majority of these cards have like squared type edges and round. It's not ever really consistent. So I'm wondering if they took that into consideration, thinking, oh, your corners are off and we can't give this, like automatically it's a 9 because those corners are off. But this is just how the majority of these cards are like this. I don't know if I've seen one that's been rounded on all sides. So I'm going to go ahead and just say an 8 on this one as well, because that's what the other ones have been. So we're going to go ahead and guess an 8. Auni, are you guessing an 8?
Yeah, 8.
Auni says an 8. So we will see. No, these cards were very clean. I didn't put any fingerprints on them. We held them kind of by the corners. We got them, and then the person I sent them through, they cleaned them and everything.
Rounded as a 10.
Potentially, I don't know. That's why I don't know. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. I'm guessing an 8. Oh, a 9.
Of course, Severus Snape.
Severus Snape.
That's the first one that came. What that means hope, sweetheart.
There's a glimmer of hope, but a 10. I don't know about it be a 10 because.
Well, if they
the centering. So this one. If they're not
maybe they're doing it. It's just because they like Snape better than all the other ones.
I mean, this one I could say okay. You could say 9 because this side is definitely smaller than this side. So I could see that being like, yeah, that's a 9. If they're looking at the rest of the card and they're like, but everything else looks good, then those corners shouldn't matter. So if they're saying that this is a 9, then it's only because of that centering, because this is definitely thicker here than it is on the right. So. We'll see what happens. Now we get into the heroic 3. Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, and...
That's a 9. Or not a 9,
Harry.
an 8. It's an 8 because nobody likes Ron Weasley.
Again, centering is off a little bit here. A little bit thicker on the left than it is on the right. There's a white on the bottom. Same deal with the corners.
At least you haven't gotten any 7s.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, these are packed fresh, straight out of the pack, right into sleeves and top loaders. So I didn't think we'd get, honestly, I didn't think we'd get too much worse than a 9. I figured maybe a couple of 8s, but I thought most would be 9s and then maybe a couple 10s sprinkled in. I didn't expect it to be 9s and 8s, but we'll see. Maybe we'll be surprised. I'm guessing an 8. Here we go. An 8, yep. So Ronald, this one definitely not the best because it is at that whitening and then the centering is off.
Okay.
So I could see that being an 8 based on their grading as of now. All right, here we go. Hermione.
Because Hermione's so scary, I'm going to say 8.
There's actually another one of these Hermione cards. There's several variations. Centering's off. Top is a little bit thicker than the bottom. Not by much, but it is. You can probably see that. It costs $200 total to get all of these cards graded. 20 cards. It was $10 a card. No whitening on this one. Centering looks good, other than a little bit off. I'm going to be optimistic as we approach here to our friend Harry Plopper, and I'm going to go ahead and say a 9.
8.
An 8. Oh my word! I really don't understand how that comes as an 8. Maybe there's a print line there somewhere, but still. Wow. All right. Now here's the question. Do we do Harry or do we save him for last, or do we
Just
go
do Harry.
or
Get
do
your
we go
disappointment over
to the
with.
unicorn?
No, leave the unicorn for last.
This was the one that you pulled, and
Yes.
I thought this was our best candidate for a 10 was the
Yes.
unicorn.
Yes.
We will
and
see.
because it's not a whatever, I think, yeah.
All right. Here's Harry. Centering on this one
It's really good.
is, yeah, it is.
I'm going to go for a 9.
It's a little bit off left to right, but barely. And I know PSA has certain parameters. It's a tad bit off.
9.
The top looks good. I see no print lines. I see no scratches. Let's go to the back. We do have the
White spot.
a little white spot there, but that's the only little white spot there. I'm hoping a 10.
All that little white spot's going to make it an 8.
I'm hoping a 10, obviously, because the PSA 10 of this just sold beginning of November for $3,700. I would be great with a 9 though as well, because a 9 still is going to be around $300 to $400, maybe $500 depending. An 8 is going to be like $60. I'm hoping a 10. I think it's going to be a 9. I think it's going to be a 9. I'm still going to be optimistic. Drum roll, everybody. Oh, man.
It's an 8.
I know. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me how this card can grade an 8. The same as this one, which is clearly has defects. I mean, this has a significant amount of whitening on the top. And this card, which has really good centering, no surface defects, and the only thing that I can knock on it is a little tiny...
That white spot did it.
A little tiny piece of whitening. You see that little white spot right up there on the top? That's literally it. Look at these other corners. Solid, solid, solid. That's the only spot. And apparently that's an 8.
And Severus is a 9.
And Severus is a 9. Someone is a Slytherin. But, small glimmer of hope. Unicorn card. Centering on this card is about as good as it can get.
I'm going to go 9.
Maybe a touch heavy on the left as opposed to the right. These have been getting 9s. We have no 10s. But even when Auni pulled this card, I even said this is our best candidate for a 10, I thought. And that was a year and 3 months ago. Looking at it now, there's an even smaller little tiny like speck on the top right. And that's really it. Everything else is very solid.
9.
I'm going to guess a 9. I'm hoping it comes as a 10, but we will see.
That should be an 8.
There are not many unicorns. I don't know if I think there might only be one PSA 10 unicorn, but we'll look at our population reports here. I'm going to say a 9 though. Here we go.
An 8?
I honestly don't understand.
You sent these in when we were 2 months into 15 days to flatten the curve. Oh.
That makes no sense to me. How this card, with nearly perfect centering and only the itsy bitsy little itty bitty tiny speck of white, gets an 8. Ugh, that's crazy. So here's our stacks. Those are all 8s. These are all 9s.
My only thought is maybe it's just because they haven't been graded as much. There isn't as much knowledge on them as the Pokemon cards.
Could be.
So the Pokemon cards are easier to be like, yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this coming in as an 8, and if we I just want to show you like why this is worthy of an 8. If we look at the top here, I mean, look at all the whitening that's on the corners in the top. You see all that up here? That's why I thought this was going to come at like a 7. You have a lot of the top there. You have all that whitening that's taking place up there. Look at that corner. Same thing, whitening. It's a little bit of a soft corner. That corner is pretty good. A little bit of speck of a whitening there. Everything else is relatively okay on the card, bottom wise anyway. You know, it's a clean card, but I could see like this one, it comes in 8, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me to justify that as an 8. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff right there. So we did get several 9s here, so that's good news. We got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 9s. One of them being Professor Severus Snape, which was the only hollow foil that came back as a 9. The rest were not. And then we got a huge stack of 8s for ourselves here. So these cards, which had the potential, some of them to be worth several hundred, if not several thousand, have now probably all put themselves in the range of, $50 would be my guess.
Are you still gonna try and?
Now I'm not sure, honestly. Now it's kind of like, is it even worth selling just because they're so low in grade? If that's the thing, I had to like make it worth it. Like, hey, this is worth so much, it makes no sense to hold on to it. But to be like, oh, $50, might as well. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the population reports here and see what kind of company we are in when it comes to that. So let me switch you all on over here. I'm going to try to make this a little bit larger. All right, hopefully you guys can see this okay. Is that looking pretty good there? All right, so Dean Thomas, there are 5 graded. 1 of them is graded a 10. 3 of them are graded a 9, and one of them, which is ours, is graded as an 8. So that's our good friend Dean Thomas there. Draco Malfoy, only 6 of them in existence. None have been graded a 10. 4 have been graded a 9. 2 have been graded an 8, of which one of them is ours. There's also a Draco Malfoy foil, which we do have. Actually, excuse me. No, that's right. Yeah, Draco Malfoy foil, which we do have, but I didn't send that one in to get graded. We have Dragon's Escape foil, and there's only 3 of these graded. And it looks like ours got an 8. So our Dragon's Escape got an 8, and there are 2 of them that have an 8. One of those being ours, 1 and 9, 0 is a 10. Elixir of Life is one of the ones that I have, but I didn't have it before I sent these off to get graded. So maybe at some point I'll do that one. Look at that. Here you go. Gringotts Cart Ride. We have the only one in existence. Gringotts Cart Ride. This one in as a 9. It's the only one that exists. Only one that was even graded. So at least we can hang our hats on the fact that that's the only graded of this card in the world sitting on my desk. Hannah Abbott, ours came in as an 8, and that's the only 8 that there is. 3 of them, only 1 got better at a 9. Harry Potter.
Look at 27 though.
27 of them have been graded. 4 of them have been graded as a 10. 14 of them have been graded as a 9. And 8 of them, one of which is ours, graded as 8s, 1 graded as a 7. I really wish, I would love to see, and there probably are online, what a 9 looks like compared to ours. I have some in the binder there, but PSA is still too expensive for me to justify sending anything in to get graded. Hermione Granger, 9 of them have been graded. 7 came as a 9, 1 came as an 8, and that one's ours.
Dave F. said Harry Potter PSA 8 sold for $199 in October.
Yeah, but more recently, I think they've been even less from what I've seen, just from a quick search. But maybe I'm wrong. I thought the last sold.
Jacqueline
I thought was like
send to Beckett.
60. At least Beckett would give me their reasons why if I did subgrades, but they're expensive too. They're also expensive right now. Hermione Granger, again, I have this card, but I didn't send it in. Human Chess Game, only 2 of them are graded, one of which is sitting on our desk, and they're both 9s. Man, they must be very tough on these. 4, 5, 6, 7. There are only 8 out of 109 total cards sent in for Harry Potter. Only 8 of them have come back as a 10. 64 have come back as 9s, and 27 have come back as 8s. So I don't know. I still feel like a lot of ours should have been at least 9s. I'm a little surprised at some of the 8s, but Human Chess Game, like I said, we have that Invisibility Cloak. Ours came back as an 8, which is the only 8 in existence. That's ours. 6 of them, only 5 were 9s. Man, that's crazy to me. Nearly Headless Nick, ours came back as an 8. 7 of them total. 3 of them came back as 9s. Obliviate, there's only 4 of them, and one of ours is the 9, so that one is on par with the rest that exist. Professor Phileas Flitwick, 3 of them have been graded. We have the only one. That is an 8. At least we can say we have the only one. Population 1, it's an 8. There are 2 rated higher, but we have the one that's an 8. Professor Severus Snape, though, 6 have been graded. 5 have been 9s, and 1 of those belongs to us. Ron Weasley, 6 have been graded. 2 of them are 8s, one of which is ours, and then we have the 4.
Do we have the Hagrid?
We do have Hagrid, but again, I got that after the fact, so it hasn't been graded. Troll in the Bathroom. Guess what?
1 out of 1.
It's just us, folks. Troll in the Bathroom. Where'd you go? Troll in the Bathroom. There you are. We have the only Troll in the Bathroom PSA 9 in existence. That is us. So there we go. We can hang our hats on that. And then last but not least, the Unicorn has been graded 6 times. And only 1. Yeah, there was only that one that ever got a PSA 10. Ours got an 8. 2 of those that have an 8. 2 that had a 9. So those are the Harry Potter. We do also have the other Harry Potter cards, though. The two other ones, the Professor, the Diagon Alley ones, the Professor Quirrell and the, oops, spelled that wrong, Diagon Alley.
I still think you should sell them because they're just sitting here then. You have a whole set of just nice ones.
They're sitting here, but they can hold my tears.
But there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So there's $100 right there.
It cost me $200 to send them in.
Oh, I'm sure you could find something else to sell.
All right, here we go. Let's check out these ones really quick. Let's see if we have any other unique ones
That's
here.
assuming they're $50, okay? But some of them might not be $50.
$50.
Yeah, you said 50.
Yeah, and you counted 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're counting them as $5.
Oh, well then you got $1,000 there.
Oh, all right. Here we go. We had two.
Don't laugh at me.
One of them was Professor Quirrell. Guess what? Oh, excuse me. There's two Professor Quirrells. Oh, that's right. They did the one non-hollow and then the one hollow. There are 4 in existence, and ours is the only 8 that is alive. And what was the other one here? Maybe the other one wasn't from this set. It was this one. See, this one is from Adventures at Hogwarts, riding the Centaur.
That's a really cool card, though.
So let's see. Riding the Centaur.
And I'm sure there's some Harry Potter freak who would want to buy a card just because they don't know any better. Just to have it. I must have all of the Harry Potter things.
Isn't that me?
No, not you.
Adventure at Hogwarts. Here we go. Let's see. This is the Riding the Centaur, and there are 2 graded, one of which is sitting on our desk. Both came back as a 9. There you have it. Well, am I disappointed?
Yes, you can tell.
I'm disappointed. I feel like we got a harsh grader. Honestly, I mean, I at least can respect the fact that there's hardly any 10s of these out there, right? There was 6 total out of the first set. So that makes me think, okay, maybe I was too optimistic as far as getting a 10. But I would have thought, because I had multiples of these to choose from because of all the cards that we opened of the Harry Potter. And I went through and I picked like the best of the best ones that we had multiples of to be like, all right, this is the one that I'm gonna send in. So I really felt like I sent in the best of what I had with as good of centering as I could, where they really aren't very dinged up. And yeah, I would have expected more 9s than the 8s, and to not get any 10s, that does hurt a little bit. But I'm glad to have them back. First of all, finally, I'm glad to have them back. I did send them through Graded Gem, the US. There's a UK version of Graded Gem. They're no longer doing business with PSA because of the backlog, and US Graded Gem is just closed down, so you can't send anything through them anymore. So I sent through them. So they were sent to a guy who lives in Arizona. He packaged everything up, sent it off to PSA. They came back to him, and then he mailed it back to us. So maybe next time I should just send them in myself, because that's one less person that has to handle them. But I don't feel like they were, I mean, they're not damaged or anything. It's not like they're mishandled. But there you go. Excuse me. Spaghetti Warehouse is coming back up. That's right, Tyler. Z&G Emporium. That's who I sent them to. So, yeah, I mean, overall, I'm glad that they're back. Yep, definitely would have wished for a little bit better of grades, but they're finally here, and it was still a good time to do that. And I got these two. I have no idea what these ones value-wise. Probably not very much. Probably like $50 or so. I feel like these have kind of dived down value. But who knows? I have a whole other, like I said, a binder full of other ones that are still in sleeves. There's always the option, if I really felt like I was cheated, you could always resubmit send them slabbed, I believe, and resubmit and ask them to take another look at them, and maybe they would give them a different grade. Some of them I feel like should, like this unicorn one, I don't know how that came back an 8. That one would be one I would definitely try to resubmit for maybe a 9. But overall, it is what it is, yo.
People say, just send it to Beckett.
Oh, but Beckett, I think right now they're not.
I don't think any place is taking right now.
No, Beckett's taking, but I think they're still at a more expensive, and they weren't taking. There were certain cards they weren't taking, and then the PSA, they are slowly bringing in their other like levels. These ones were sent like Value Express, which is like the cheapest, or not even Express, it's Value, which is like the cheapest option. So it'll still be a little while before I'd be able to resubmit these to PSA. But I think typically Beckett grades a lot more difficult than PSA does. So I would be worried that Beckett would actually give these lower grades. We'd have subgrades on them, which would be good. And they do like the 0.5s and that kind of thing. Maybe some of these would bump up to an 8.5 or something, and maybe some of these to a 9.5. But I would be worried that they would come back with more difficult grades. So we will see. But yeah, well, that's the thing. Don't Feed the Zombie. To resend them would cost much more now. That's why I would have no plans to do that anytime soon.
Sell them right now.
Right now?
Do it right now.
All right. Starting off. Troll in the bathroom. Let's start the bidding, Auni says. The only one in existence.
I need a couch.
PSA 9. This is the only one in existence. Troll in the bathroom. Who would like to start the bidding? Go ahead. We got Dave F with $1.
You should have taken that person's offer to just take it for $2,000.
Yeah, would you like to make an offer? Nah, I'll hold on to them a little bit longer and try to sell them one by one. Because even if, a couple of them fetch 100 or whatever, you never know. $2. We're up to $2. Amazing. Sold. Spinelli has a plethora of couches.
Probably not.
Well, we're going to come sleep on your couch then. Well, there we have it. At least I can say that I have the negative 500 sold. I'll pay you to take these off my hand. At least I can say that I have one of the largest, if not the largest, graded Harry Potter collection in the world. Not that I have the majority of all of the cards, but for one singular person, I think I probably do have the majority. There may be a few more people that have similar or maybe a little bit more, but I think this might be the biggest single collection. Really no way to know.
Maybe eBay is probably your best bet for this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we do have a couple that are literally the only ones graded. So that's kind of neat. Like that's kind of cool that there are no other ones in existence other than what we have sitting here on our desk. So
can we go get more? No, we have Christmas ones that we're about to do soon here.
Yep, we do. We have for Christmas coming up, we have a Santa Claus holiday set, which it's not so much of a like we can see what the cards are inside, but it shows you the 3 on the front that are kind of the cool ones. But we also have some Disney ones where there's a chance of getting sketch cards, which would actually be very valuable. And then I have a whole bunch of other Santa ones that are in the
over
in the fireplace there, which that'll be a lot of fun. So coming up for Christmas time, we have some fun live streams we'll be doing with some cool card breaks and just kind of having fun doing some of that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. That'll all be a part of whether we do 12 Days of Christmas or 25 Days of Christmas, whatever, that'll all be part of that thing. So be on the lookout for that. Nathan Klein says, just finished a 3-hour drive home from working a week in Arkansas. What I miss? Not much. You missed a lot of disappointment. We unboxed our Harry Potter graded cards, and you'll just have to go back and look and see how they all graded. But 365 days of Christmas, says Dave F. You got it. Need more metal detecting videos. Can't Don't Feed the Zombie. Sold my metal detector. Sold it.
That was your chair.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining. I hope it was still a good time, good fun time. It was nice to go through that excitement with all of you. Everyone's very surprised that I sold my metal detector. I love metal detecting, everybody. It's a lot of fun, but...
You even got invited to a metal detecting event.
Yes, I even got invited.
You weren't able to go because you have pastoral duties.
Yes. I even got invited to go metal detect on this, like, private property where I could record battlefield in New York, somewhere like Adirondacks in New York. And I couldn't go because it was like on a Saturday, Sunday thing, and that just doesn't work for our schedule. And yeah, so I took it out one last time to my grandparents' house looking for my grandfather's ring, who he has since passed. So I was looking for his wedding ring, which he had lost in the garden, but searched for, I don't know, 3-4 hours probably and never found it. And then I just realized that it's, you know, it's fun and I like doing it, but I just don't have time. I hadn't taken it out all year other than that once.
Really what happened is Ben went on a selling rampage. He sold that.
I mean, I did sell a lot of things, but it was...
What was the other thing that you sold? Oh, you
PS4.
sold the backpack that Orson usually sits in, which I still think...
He would not have...
I think he could still fit in it.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, you sold this PS4, you sold a bunch of games.
Sold a lot of things.
He was eyeing my Avatar collection.
No, I was not.
For a little while.
No, I was not.
Yeah.
No, there are certain things that belong to you that I'm like, that's your complete deal. Collection. I was selling things that really were, quote unquote, mine to sell. But
hold
on. We live in, you know, Syracuse where it snows 8 months out of the year and the ground's frozen 8 months out of the year. So the small window I had to metal detect was small. And then having Orson and everything, I just, you know, the time for me to go out and go different places, metal detect, I just never picked it up. And I thought, I have this nearly $1,000 machine just sitting in the garage.
You know what's the biggest selling pop figure right now that we own?
Harry Potter.
Not Harry Potter, but it's in the Harry Potter range.
Harry Potter range, so it is Harry Potter. It's a Harry Potter Funko Pop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Weasley house.
Closer though.
The Harry pushing the.
Nope. Ginny, Fred, and George Weasley, going for $105.
That's the most expensive one we have.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then Appa 6-inch flopped. $105.
Wait, what are you looking at though? Are you looking
Funko.
at that? Yeah, that app's busted. Mercari's the way to go.
Okay, fine. I'll look up in Mercari then.
Dave F says I just got a Funko signed in person yesterday. Actually, what was it? It was like a WWE. I feel like those are easier ones to get signed in person if you go to an event.
Bitch, man.
I won't tell. Don't worry, Spinolio. Kelsey. Oh, that's. Oh, you know what? I did see something about. Whether it was a Comic-Con or some signing thing. I think I did see something about that.
Funko Cabbage Man is going for $71 on Mercari. $80 on Mercari. Somebody sold it, or it's going for $99.95 on eBay. And $114.99 on Amazon. What? Looks like Azula went back down. Aang the Arrow Scooter is back up. Ron Weasley with the R is going up.
Mm-hmm.
Rita Skeeter is going up.
I wonder if it has to do because it's the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
If that's why prices and
Sirius
some of these things
Black
are
is
shooting
going
up.
up. Florida Liqueur is going up.
Fleur de
Bellatrix
Liqueur.
Lestrange is going up.
Interesting, Dave. Spinello says, arcade related update, he has 100,000 tickets on his round 1 card. That's crazy. Haven't done it yet, but I'll be sending you some more 3D printed stuff here soon. Very, very cool. Looking forward to it, Spinolio. Yeah, we've been talking about we need to get out and go to like round 1 or something where we can just take a day and shoot a whole bunch of videos. But our schedule from now until basically the week of Christmas, like that Monday before Christmas, it's just packed full of stuff. We have like this upcoming, like tomorrow, I have a meeting in the morning. At night we have a play.
You have a play
that we're gonna go to.
You're gonna go to.
I'm gonna go to. Sunday we have this for one of our teens' high school play. We have church on Sunday, obviously. Monday, day off. So fortunately we don't have too much to do that day. And then Tuesday, why do I feel like there was something going on Tuesday? Oh, Tuesday there was supposed to be this Thanksgiving service, but
you're gonna have the night off.
Well, I have the night off, and I can watch a Lifetime Christmas movie because COVID broke out in the church that we're supposed to have it at. Wednesday, we have teens over to make pies. Thursday's Thanksgiving. We're going to be at church because we're doing a meal for some older people who don't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be helping serve there. Then we're going to come home and have Thanksgiving, just us with our family. Friday, we're going to leave. We're going to go to my parents' house because on Saturday afternoon, I have a high school reunion, and I've been asked to help out with that a little bit. And then we drive back, and then it's church again on Sunday, and then we have we have some baptisms coming up, and then we have a missionary thing where there's stuff on the weekend, and missionaries coming up, and we're taking them out to lunch and dinner and all this other stuff. And then finally, just before that week of Christmas, we have church, and then we're on vacation on that Monday. So it's just go with really no time for us to take a weekend trip or even just like a day trip and drive the 3.5 hours to round one and film a whole bunch of videos and come back. There's just no time.
Eventually, somewhere we're gonna have to watch Spider-Man.
And somewhere on vacation we want to watch the Spider-Man movie because
don't ruin it for us.
Yeah, don't spoil it for us. But if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield
are not in it,
if they're not in it, I'm gonna riot.
I'm gonna start a riot. Let's start a riot. Start a riot. Let's start a riot. Anyway,
gonna riot.
Whoa, maybe I need to take some iron. Maybe that's my problem.
Still with us?
Yeah.
Dave says, I know my wife gets antsy when there aren't new videos. Well, this last week we have met all the days for videos. We did the video today. A new video came out Wednesday, and then we had that video come out on Sunday. So this was a good week. We're normal in this week, and we'll have a video coming out Sunday, and then we have to go film some more videos because we don't have any left after Sunday. So we'll have to find time to at least go do that, but we'll get there eventually, and I'm hoping for this Christmas that we'll have at least the 12 days. We'll do 12 days straight, whether it's videos, live streams, and we'll be able to push out some content for all of you that way. But yeah, sometimes life just gets busy. And
there's a Harry Potter reunion on HBO Max.
Oh really?
No, but we're gonna watch the House Cups or the House Tournament on TBS or Cartoon Network when that happens.
Nothing's better than a Lifetime Christmas movie.
Well, nothing's better than a Lifetime Christmas movie when you're sitting with me and I'm making naughty comments the whole time. I don't like those
Auni has a very bad habit of
taking something innocent and changing it into something very naughty.
What's the other thing you do it with?
House Hunters, which you started.
Oh, House Hunters.
No, you started it the one time because it was like
It was clear that there was something between the real estate agent.
No, it wasn't a real estate agent.
And the husband.
It was the husband. He brought his best friend with him, and then the wife.
Yeah, the best friend was the real estate agent.
Oh, it was weird.
That's what I'm saying. There was something weird going on.
Something weird going on, and he was very not possessive. What's the word? Very
I don't know.
Domineering, and it just was like, oh, geez.
Anyway, all I have to say. Lifetime movies are great, but anyway, and eventually we'll get the video film showing you some of the update stuff we did to the living room.
I will start talking about how to
the kitchen.
Spider-Man if we go down that road.
Well, Infinite Moi said that Don't start. We'll talk Spider-Man all night.
No, but what does he mean by pronounce Spider-Man?
Who said that?
It says
Oh,
Spinello.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
Spinello is quoting from House Hunters. I'm a freelance butter churner. My husband's a stay-at-home dad of our 5 pugs. Our budget's $3 million.
I know.
Goldman. So, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Well, I'm hoping that this Spider-Man movie is actually Spider-Man, if you know what I mean. Spider-Person, #woke, says David. He also said 50 Shades of House Hunting. Infinite Moi asked earlier how life has been with Orson. You seem to have adapted to parenting. Excellent.
Oh, really? You should have seen us last night.
I was fine.
I just don't like the fact that you had to do that because you had a long day and, you know, I don't know. That tape is destroying your hands. You look like you went into a tar pit.
I might as well have. Why don't you invite that nice Peter Spider-Man over for Seder? You're welcome, zombie. Don't feed the zombie. Zombie Snatcher. That's the best jackpot at Dave & Buster's right now is the Zombie Snatcher jackpot. Well, anyway, if you're at all interested in any of these cards, I'm sure in the weeks to come you may see a few popping up on eBay. I probably will try to sell a few there, see what we can get out of them.
At least get rid of the Slytherins.
Maybe we can scrape enough together to
we need
set aside for the couch.
For the couch, we need a couch. We need couches
than we need. Let me
the cards.
Clarify. True, we need a couch more than we need your Avatar pop figures.
But at least my pop figures are going for a good amount of money.
Exactly. That's why we should sell them.
If you want to sell them, you can sell them.
No, they're yours. I'm not going to. Just saying.
Just like we could sell some of your Harry Potter figures.
Pull the trapdoor. I think, Spinello, I saw your comment that you put in there about that. So I did see that, about the trapdoor manual. Oh, wait, you know what? I guess I didn't see it. I saw you posted something for a different game, but I didn't see it for this one.
Choice with the way you called me. Yeah,
in the video
I remember that. Yeah.
I said, Spinelli, look at the manual. It'll be all good.
He'll look it up. And, you know.
Nominat says, I'm probably more bummed than you are that there were not any 10s. I mean, I'm bummed, but at the same time, maybe I just had my expectations set too high. I'm used to people sending in sports cards where there's like, I just feel like everyone's getting 9s and 10s in those.
As that one lady used to say on TLC that had like 17 children.
The Duggars?
Yeah, Mrs. Duggar used to say.
Never watched it.
Never have any expectations.
Is that why she has 17 kids?
I guess so.
She didn't know what to expect. Oh, wow. Ruining fun since 2021.
Are you ruining fun, though? I think we have fun.
No. I mean, ruining the magic. Because then Spinelli gives us, like, facts. Like, everything that we say is just fantasy. Like, this is what we think. And then Spinelli's like, I'll tell you what to think. Here's how the game actually works.
Just don't let him in church, then.
Why?
Because then he'll ruin the fantasy of church.
I don't know. Those are facts.
Those are
facts. It's facts and it's faith.
Faith. The 4 F's. Facts, faith, and Frank. What are those things called? Those.
I don't know.
What are those hot dogs called? The Frankenwieners?
You could just say Franks.
That's what it is. Franks.
Anyway, Auni is my 10. That's what Infinite Moss says, but he says that not like he's saying that to you, but Auni is your 10, Ben, and Auni had her 10. Ben 10. You have me, Ben 10.
me Ben 10? Yeah, Ben.
Me Ben 10. You 10, Auni. Me Ben 10.
Can I make shirts, please?
No.
I need to make shirts.
No. Frankfurter.
I'm making shirts. There's no way you're getting out of it now.
That's crazy.
It's literally going to say Ben 10 and 10 Auni. Can you imagine having 10 Aunis?
Oh, no, but there was that one time that there was that guy I knew a guy named Frank, and he because someone said Frankfurter. So anyways, I knew a guy named Frank, and he was like a really, really large guy, and he didn't have the best hygiene or whatever. And so one time I was sitting behind them, and I started smelling something a little bit funny, and the person next to me was like, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, I think Frankfurter."
You've been hanging out with the pastors too long. I'm pretty sure that guy tonight made that joke up like on the spot. Like that never actually happened in real life. His joke that he had about, I don't remember what it was, but anyway.
This fall on Hallmark. Ben plus 10 ounties.
We don't get
I'd be more like the TLC channel. Yeah. Although Hulu is raising their prices again from $64.99 to $69.99. And there's nothing that they've done that they could have increased. When we first got it, I think it was $50 a month, and now it's gonna be 70.
She's one woman with 10 personalities, and all of them love Ben.
Oh my! Have you checked for a gas leak, y'all?
Why?
We might need to. I don't know, something's in your brain.
What are you talking about?
Gas.
I'm perfectly normal. What's the difference between me right now and normally?
Gas leaks.
We don't have a gas leak.
Or Frankfurter.
I was just trying to find the word for hot dog. That starts with a Frank.
That's the word.
Disney Plus is $80. Well, we don't buy Disney Plus. We just borrow Disney Plus.
We have Netflix, and we let people.
Netflix. You Disney Plus.
I'm gonna slap you with my PSA 8 unicorn.
Look, he never actually does it because he still thinks it's somewhat precious.
This?
Yeah.
It is. It's a unicorn.
Of course it's a unicorn.
Disney, ESPN plus Hulu account. Yeah, if I don't ESPN Plus, I don't really care for. I've never had interest. Disney, I really wouldn't care for, but someone at church lets us on their account because we let them on our Netflix account.
Normally, you're playing the Marvel coin pusher. Yeah, I don't like when he just hands me the camera and I'm supposed to go and do things, even if you're not actually looking at me. I still get nervous because I'm pretty sure I was gonna say. Actually, I did tell him the other day. Did you put that video out?
What video?
The one video that I told you to edit out something because it might be taken the wrong way when you were playing football, whatever.
That video just went out today.
Did you edit? You didn't edit it like I told you to?
No.
I told you specifically that you should do that because I specifically told you. I was like, you need to know this, and I told you this in the future.
I appreciate that. But no one, I don't think anyone really thought
No,
that,
I guess
so
not,
I think you're
obviously
good.
not.
No, I've not heard any bad things come from that. And that's not what your intent was, so I don't
No.
think anyone would say anything about that. Personality number 7 is mad, says Spinolio.
Is what? Oh.
There you go. You can watch every Kraken game. That's right, on ESPN Plus. I haven't watched a single Kraken game, but I have followed the scores, and we're not doing well.
Who's Kraken?
The Seattle Kraken's my favorite NHL hockey. They play hockey.
How dare you?
What?
Wash your mouth out with soap.
I don't have soap. What I do have is a PSA 8 unicorn. All right. Well, we need to shovel off to bed here.
Sounds like you're gonna like kill me and put me in the ground. Is that what that actually means?
Maybe.
Hey, I actually learned the other day what you know that song "Knick Knack Paddywhack, Give a Dog a Bone" means.
This old dog is going home.
This old man is rolling home. Or
Rolling
goes rolling home.
Does
this
he roll?
old man goes rolling home. Yeah.
Huh.
But do you know what it's about?
Just giving a dog a bone. Knick knack paddywhacks.
Well, do you know what it's actually about?
Yeah, knickknacks and paddywhacks.
You know what a knick-knack was?
Yeah, it's the little things you keep in your bag. It's like, oh, look at my
And you know
little
what a
knickknacks.
paddywhack was?
Yeah, a paddywhack's a paddy wagon.
Nope.
So the thing that they would throw the dead bodies in and go, throw in your dead! Throw in your dead!
Nope,
No?
that's not what it is. A paddywhack is what happened when the Irish would try and sell knickknacks to the English because during the potato famine. So they would go and try and sell to door knickknacks. But they'd be so annoying. You know, like when homeless people come up to you and you're like, you want them to, well, the English used to just slap them, paddywhack. They called Irish people patties. St. Patty's Day, and then give a dog a bone. They would prefer to give a dog, because dogs were lowly, live, living beings, whatever. They would prefer to give a dog a bone than give those patties anything. This old man went rolling home. So he went home because the English sent them away. There you go.
It's a strong elastic ligament in the midline of the neck of a sheep or cattle.
What? Did you come up with that?
Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet.
Dark
I'm actually
topic.
quite alive.
Dark topic to end with, Auni. Well, on that note, Avada Kedavra. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for joining us, and we hope you had as much fun as we didn't. And
We had fun.
I'm just kidding. We had a really good time, guys. It's almost like I just felt like someone took $3,000 from me and was like, mine. They stole it. Like someone at PSA was like, no. Although actually, that's a good thing, because I would have got upcharged big time if it was worth that much money.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know legally how they can do that. People sent in let's say people sent in a ton of cards in August when I did. One of the things that happens is if you send a card in and you're like, this is the declared value of the card, like this card I think is only worth $10, then you put it in at that certain level and they charge you like whatever amount. So I paid $10 for each of these cards, and because if it's under like $500, you don't have to adjust anything. But what happened was PSA had the cards for so long that some of the cards that people sent in ended up becoming a lot more valuable over time. So what they were doing is they were upcharging people like, hey, you sent us this card and you said its declared value was only like $50, but a year later this card is actually now worth $600 or something like that. And so they would upcharge the fee to the next level. So now you paid $10 to get the card graded, but now because of the upcharge it's $50 or something like that. I don't understand how legally, like I said, they were able to do that, because that's on them, right? You submitted your cards, and hey, when I submitted these cards to you, at this time, this is what the declared value was. Not my fault it took you a year and 3 months to grade them. Anyway, so maybe it's a good thing.
Wow, you're really bitter about that, aren't you?
A lot of people are.
You want to tell us all about it, other than what you just told us?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to dig deep down in here and tell us how you really feel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Aww. I think somebody's gonna get a back rub tonight just to make up for the disappointment.
Uvula.
You can't see it.
Oh, well. All right. Serotonin deficit. Anyway, now we're leaving. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in on the fun. It still was a good time. And, hope that all of you have a great rest of your night. But only with just the face there. Because I showed him my uvula. Anyway, but yeah, well, new video coming out Sunday. Don't forget, we did post a new video today, so if you didn't check that out, you can feel free if you'd like to fall asleep to that video if you want to. And yeah, we're looking forward to the Christmas season and everything else, and hopefully we'll get to do our 12 days of Christmas, and looking forward to that. And have a lot of 25
days of Christmas this year.
It's been 12 days of Christmas we've been doing 12 days. It would be nice to do 25 days, but I don't know if I could commit to all 25 days. I'd miss something at some point there with how busy we are, but it'll be fun. We'll do the Santa cards. We'll open some cool stuff up. We'll have some fun videos, and looking forward to that. So thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your night. The Troll in the Bathroom, PSA 9, which is the only one in the world. Yes, Spinolio, please look for a PSA 10 hollow Harry Potter TCG card so I can replace it with mine. Anyway, thank you for watching. The Troll in the Bathroom, only one in the world, holding it in my hand, will say goodnight to you. All the Harry Potter merch, Spinolio, all of it. So, good night. Good night. big red car I like to ride through the rainbow and the countryside. Look what's standing over there. It's a cow without hair.
Did you stop the live stream?
It's a scarecrow.
You're a genius, Emma.